Hello, welcome to Light, Laughter, and Lattes, Oneness Talk Radio, Oneness Talk Radio Facebook, and Oneness Talk Radio YouTube. I am your host tonight. I am Patty Markham Peterson, and I am grateful for you being here with me today. I want to chat a little bit about our body's symptoms and messages of pain. As a practicing medical intuitive, holistic healer for many decades, I assist people, clients, and help teach even students of medical intuition and holistic healing around how do we start helping people to understand what is our body saying. So let's dive in. And I really encourage you to stick with me. I won't go a full hour, but at the end, let's do a meditation together so you can tune into your body and practice the tools that I'm going to give you, the steps, so to say, to understand some area of our body a little more deeply. Because, symptoms are always saying that there's a message here. I'm getting your attention, okay? We are multi-dimensional beings. You are this infinite, divine, timeless being here in this realm in a physical form. This is your temple. And with the higher consciousness, the higher vibes coming in, our bodies need to adjust and acclimate. And so we can choose to do that and work with these energies, or we can deny them, stop them, whatever. I mean, we always have a choice, right? So today I want to go into, let's connect with more with our body's messages and what is it wanting. I was in the medical field for a couple decades before I followed my guidance and started going into the holistic field. That was in the late 90s. And I, having that training, being in the medical realm, it was very valid. I'm trying to think of proper words as far as helping me to understand the physical anatomy, the physiology. I loved it. I was really embracing everything I learned. However, a lot of that training stayed with me where our current medical system looks more at physical symptoms as there's something wrong with me. There's something we have to fix. And although that may be true, it's how we go about it in order to perhaps get at the underlying energies. For a physical symptom is an intersection of the physical body, energy body, emotional energy body, and then these energetic patterns that we carry. And then you add to this where the symptom is as far as a medical intuitive looks at it. And that tells a lot more where, what are some of the components to look maybe more closely at to help us to unwind, to re-script. And if we are choosing, there's always a choice, am I going to just stuff this, numb it, deny it? Or am I going to be with the symptom to understand what is my body saying to me? Perhaps it's my soul giving me a message. And we always have that choice. And so we'll go through some of the ways that we can get those messages, because we all have areas in our body that are calling for greater attention. I heard an analogy one time years ago, and it was around, equating it with our body symptoms. So imagine driving your car and a red light comes on, flashing red light. Oh, what does that say, right? Something's not operating correctly. There's something to look at. So we go under the hood, go, okay, let's just snip these wires. Click, 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 there, boom, shut the hood. The light's gone. Oh, fixed, right? Probably not. Well, that's how it is with our body. That red light that's flashing is saying there's something here wanting greater attention. So, where is that symptom coming from? Could it be an old emotional wounding? Absolutely. Can it be some hereditary in the sense that we can carry these energetic patterns? However, I personally would encourage anybody to watch what we're saying, because our words and our beliefs are extremely, very powerful. And so if we're saying, well, everybody in my family, has thyroid issues, so I'm going to have that. Well, I guess that's one option, one choice. But nothing has to continue. We may have an opportunity to shift some energy around an energetic pattern that's been there. Do we want to claim that as our life pattern to keep? Not me. So we may all have some tendencies where symptoms show up. And yet, can we believe, because that's a big piece, can I believe that even this can soften, unwind, heal, release? That's vital also. Where's our belief around that? And are we owning it? Because I've been taught by my mentors and teachers that even if we have something quite vital, like a cancer, that we don't tie to I have cancer. What if we chose to say, I'm cancering through this right now? I'm fluing through right now. What a difference, right? In alignment of belief and energy to flow versus this is a diagnosis, I'm owning it, I'm this. I encourage you to watch the words used around a symptom. Thank you for those joining in the chat. I appreciate you being there. So the first step, I guess I would say, is that awareness. Let's start with, I have this area calling to me, this recognition. It's kind of like a stop. Do I right away run for the Tylenol, the aspirin, or do I stop and be aware? Okay, there's something more going on here. And I like to say it's an area calling for greater attention. So that's the first one. And then we step into this. Can I be with this? Can I bring presence to it? Can I become more of a detached witness, observer? Now, this took some work for me. So here I was in the medical field, and then I get a symptom. And a couple months ago, it was actually my gallbladder was talking to me. Heaviness and discomfort on that upper right side. And so a part of me, the old pattern is, what's wrong? What do I have to fix? Or can I witness it and then follow these next steps we do? It was another opportunity for me. And I've had many symptoms through the years that I've been able to unwind and heal and no longer are a pattern. Back problems and decades ago, that my back at 60 is better than it used to be in my 40s. Now, there was a lot of emotional trauma in my life in the 40s, so that was part of it. And yet I chose to continue to believe also that it can get better. And it is. And so even our beliefs around aging, I was talking about this recently with some people, as far as if we see certain health practitioners and we have a symptom, especially fatigue might be a big one. And there can be a lot of reasons for fatigue. And yet so often I'll hear, well, you're just getting older. I so do not want to ever say just because I'm here for more linear years that means something has to fall apart. It doesn't. That it has to diminish, decrease, because all of our cells are remaking. Some, like I believe it's our bones, might take 7 years, and our skin cells every day. Now, are they going to follow the same pattern as they've always been? Or can we change that energy to create a new? And we can, if we're committed. And we want to do that. And it helps me when I see vibrant, healthy people with longer linear years being so healthy and vibrant and than reverse aging. Sign me up. So with things like that, yes, we address it on all the energy bodies: physical, mental, or emotional, mental energy body. That's where all those beliefs are. Subconscious are a lot of them. And then our spiritual energy body. And as we heal on that spiritual energy body, the outermost, guess what? There's a ripple effect down to the physical. Nothing is ever just physical. Nope, ever. There's always energy around it. However, maybe it is, just that you need to drink more water, or, something action step on the physical. Yes, support this body. Do we want to lift our level of consciousness with these higher frequencies coming in to stay in our body and carry a higher level of consciousness? 500 on David Hawkins' scale of consciousness. Look that up if you're not familiar. As a medical intuitive, we use that. And at 500, unconditional love, healing can happen. Miracles can happen. Then you move up to joy, and then peace, then enlightenment. We can carry higher states like that in form now more than ever before. And that helps the whole planet, doesn't it? You affect way beyond what you do. And so I'm trying my darndest on each level to continue, and practicing, I guess would be the word, to do that, to keep cleansing the physical body, detoxing, being with those emotions, not allowing them to run the show. They're just emotions, looking at the subconscious beliefs, and then our spiritual understanding, our infinite divine beingness. So we've got the, that stop, be aware, recognize, and then be with this. What's our bringing our presence to it? Because when we bring presence to a symptom, more is revealed. It's the gateway to being in union with the body. Presence is that gateway to be the soul self, infinite self, divine self with the body of form. And then we step into this recognizing where there might be resistance. I know I've recognized that in myself. Oh, wow, maybe I have some resistance to bringing healing to this area. And if we just sit there and go, okay, is there resistance in me? Where I might have resistance is, there's a real piece here to look at, where we might be in denial, or where we might carry a little bit of victim energy. Because sometimes when we're not feeling well, when we're sick or ill, it's a way to get more attention. Perhaps we feel like we're getting more loved. I know I recognize that, and even my daughter did herself, that she said, wow, Mom, when I wasn't feeling sick, then you had this extra time for me and waited on me. And then as a child, a teen, whatever, we crave that extra one-on-one time. And so if we're being honest with ourselves, in our society, sometimes being ill is a socially acceptable way to rest. How many of us don't take enough rest? Time out, listen to our body to give what it needs. Perhaps it needs a little more movement, joy, the restoring time. And if we don't, we can end up with something that will force us to do that. I had that happen years ago when I was first widowed and I had the children, and every weekend I was traveling I had a couple boys in travel hockey. And so often during that week, as I was preparing to do that and everything else around the house, and some kids got left behind, with sitters or whatever, and I would start getting cold symptoms. And I really started to notice this. As soon as I got on this trip with a little time to relax and take care of myself, my symptoms resolved. So I knew I could reverse those. Perhaps I also popped a little more vitamin C, drank more water. However, the key for me was, am I getting some rest? Am I overdoing it? Am I nurturing myself? And so paying attention there when we, start feeling run down. Have I really been giving myself all that my body needs? For in these higher vibes right now, I know some of us feel like we do need a little more time to restore, rest. My body is showing me some symptoms if I need to have extra vitamin B complex, a good B for the whole nervous system, or magnesium. I hear a lot of people getting muscle cramps, things like that. That's extra magnesium needed for the body because it's acclimating to a different energy. So sometime we might have to do, these extra to support it to assimilate and come into union more with your higher vibe infinite self. So we have the become aware, then be with the symptom, be present with it, recognize where we might have resistance. I now give myself permission to release this resistance. Don't deny it. No judgment. So that's part of this being present, is that we didn't judge it. For I had a long time where I went into that judgment. Something wrong. My body's not working. Oh, body, what's wrong with you? Instead of, let me just be with this and see, especially pain. Pain is always a call to greater consciousness. Always. There's something there. So even feeling uncomfortable, with the cold flu symptoms, consciousness to pay attention, to rest and give ourselves that nurturing that we may need. And so that after that, noticing the resistance, you can also use other tools there. If you have heard of EFT, emotional freedom technique, if there's like a deep pattern in an area for a long time, I found EFT very, very helpful. EFT is the tapping on meridians, or getting energy work, any forms like that may help too, to unwind some of those resistances that may have deep unconscious roots. Perhaps they're generational. Sometime even past life, we can have things there. And now what I'm noticing is that when we bring these higher vibe healing to an area, sometimes some clients will see a past life situation flash before them. And that's going, wow, look at that. That was held in some of my energy patterns and it was ready to go. And we don't dwell there. Just let it, be with love and let it go. Recognize that was there, served its purpose, it's done. Now you can lift to higher consciousness. So after releasing that resistance energy, or recognizing if there is any, just being with it, then we bring this full acceptance there. Full acceptance. Okay, can I just be with this and say, I love you. I accept you, pain. Thank you for getting my attention. What a difference in energy that is versus, there's something wrong with me. I got to fix it. I got to change it. Thank you for getting my attention. Breathe into the pain. I know that you have something here for me. I'm going to be fully accepting of you. That may take practice. For depending on our society, our culture, our back training, we may, need to unwind some of those beliefs that there's something very wrong and go, no, how about if I bring consciousness to this and say, here's an opportunity for greater love, greater consciousness to come in. And so bringing that full acceptance, unconditional acceptance. And then the next step that I encourage, so you're bringing that there, then we go, what is it I need to know? What is it I'm needing to know? Can we really trust that whatever we hear, whatever we sense, whatever is just downloaded is what we need to hear, what we need to get or understand at that time? Sometime I'll hear, drink more water, get out in nature. Another time it's like, you better look at a little more forgiveness work. Or let go. I hear that a lot from clients when they go into a pain. Let go. Well, then we can go deeper into finding out which area, what hurt, What am I hanging on to that the spirit and the body are saying, let's let this go? And in that, can we find some past gains from the challenge? And that helps us then to let it go. What did I learn and develop in me? Sometimes, our health situations are our greatest wake-up call. I've heard people say, my cancer was the greatest gift I ever got. That brought them to a new way of looking at their whole life. What's priorities? I've heard this from heart attack people. Heart center, and they're stopped, and then they reevaluate their life, and maybe they're going, maybe I'm trying to make this area of my life work, and my heart's not in it anymore. Am I really looking at where my passions are? Where's my joy flowing? Blood flowing is the joy in life. Is this able to go to all my tissues and be pumped there? So always asking, is there, what's the message I need to hear, need to know? And there can be layers to that. Some areas, if there's, deep energetic patterns, there may be several layers to receive deeper messages, to offer greater love, acceptance. And sometimes as we're doing that, you may notice and feel something in another area of the body that's tied to it. Okay, more insight. And then we get this message, and then we just thank again the body, the soul, the spirit. Wow, I needed to hear that. How can I love this unconditionally? That's that higher vibe of love, and that too, we're in, these cultural beliefs, societal beliefs, and often it's love you until, or love you if. And as we keep looking at that, wow, how do I love something that's not real comfortable in this moment? I know for me, I call on my higher healing resources, extra angels, the divine. Please come in and work through me for this, to be greater love with this. And so we can practice some of that, and we'll do that together. And then with that love, that ties into, again, can we believe that it can heal? Because sometimes we will have people doing the best they know how, medical saying, well, you've got this for life. I hear this often with certain, some of the autoimmune, like fibromyalgia. And that's a belief if you want that it has to be for the rest of your life. Or can I believe that this, as I find what my body is showing me, what my spirit wants me to look at, that I can unwind and heal, and that's not going to be there forever. So that, where are my beliefs really? And we have these subconscious beliefs, and I've shared this one. It really stuck with me when I read this years ago around beliefs, that there was a group of people that they were doing a study with on beliefs. And they asked, they told them that they were going to give some chemo and some not, just getting water. But nobody knew what they were getting. Well, those that got the infusion of just water, 60% had their hair fall out. There's the power of beliefs. Chemo, blank. And sometimes we don't know where those beliefs are, what they are. Remember, 95% of our beliefs are often subconscious until something comes forward like that. And then we go, wow. I think one area that there's a lot of beliefs is around aging. And being more honest and saying, am I really going to hang on to this? And how can I help unwind that, even if it's supported by certain structures? So that's a big piece. Can we believe and just fully love that? And then finally, some forgiveness work. And offering this, thank you. I mean, I unconditionally forgive you, body, for carrying this pain all this time. I know we are doing the best we know how with our consciousness at this time. So that's, my ways of what I would recommend and what I do with clients to look at these parts of the body. Then also, with the symptom, then we could tie more as far as each chakra. We have the 7 main chakras of the body. Each chakra governs a body symptom, a system. The very root is the skeletal, the bones of the whole body. We have the elimination in the sacral and the reproductive, their stomach. Look at all that digestion, and the liver and the pancreas is there, and the spleen, but it's all about digestion is main area. Heart is our circulatory. Here is our respiratory. Third eye is our endocrine. And then central nervous system here. So that too, when we have a symptom show up somewhere, and we can get a little more insight. Oh, so when I was saying about, my gallbladder was talking to me, that's in our 3rd chakra, in my digestion. How am I digesting life right now? Am I bringing all my gifts, skills, and talents? I mean, I'm believing and claiming them to use them. And then the big theme in that area is trust. Am I really trusting the divine working through me? And with gallbladder, there's also this, each organ can have a certain resonance and energy and theme. And that can be around, are there old, liver's anger, old angers, resentments, and then am I nurturing me and giving to me? Gallstones are all about, are we getting enough nurturing? So as I took steps to support the physical body, changing up the diet a little, and I spent more time on that all went away. So it's just great fun. That's what a medical intuitive does, is we help people to understand these energetic underpinnings of their symptoms. And then we can get greater clarity, insight, and shift those energetic patterns to live more vibrantly and healthy. I hope some of that helped. And we're going to go into a body meditation to get that, get your symptoms. Is there an area of your body that is just calling for a little more attention and love? And then we can help to unwind that and bring in greater energy balance, raise our vibration, greater flow, meridians, chakras. So if you feel called, join me right now. And let's do this. If you can, close your eyes, deep conscious breath. Deep, I encourage the breath to come in the heart, out the heart, or deep conscious breath down into that tummy, that solar plexus, our trust center. Let it wrap around with presence. I am safe. I choose to be present now. I am grateful for all that has gone before so that I can be here now. I am love. Closing our eyes and settling. Body, in this moment, we're safe. Be with your body. Allow your attention to notice a part where it may be experiencing pain. Maybe a part of your body that is inhibiting joyful movement or some contentment in your life. Maybe it's an area that just wants more attention. But if we close our eyes and just say, show me, and with your hand out above, in front of the body, and say, let's land, show me where it is. And I trust where that hand lands on the body. There's always something there. And sometimes if there's more than one, just pick one. We're just identifying that area of the body and be present. And we witness it. Be that witness. Remember that step? Float above it. Float above it. And you're going to proceed with great Gentleness, slowly floating above that body part. It's almost as if you heard a bird call, and that was the body part. Closer to that bird without scaring it, floating above. And from that vantage point, trust what you get. Ask, is there a color here? If there was a color, it would be, is there a shape? And notice. And if you get a color, then you say, thank you. Thank you, color. Whatever the color is, thank you, orange, thank you, blue, thank you, black, for getting my attention. That being present with it. Sometimes it looks like a blob. Maybe it's a triangle. Thank you, triangle. Thank you, purple circle. Breathing, relaxing into that witnessing, observing presence. Non-reactive, loving acceptance of what's going on in that area of the body. As you do that, just being present with it, accepting, you might notice it even change. And we don't judge whether it does or not. We just go, wow, did that color change? Did that shape shift? And we witness, thank you. Keep saying, I accept you, body, just as you are. Thank you for getting my attention. Thank you for allowing me to be here with you now. Then ask for permission. May I come closer? So this is now with your consciousness going in closer to that area of the body that called to you. And continue to be the witness, the observer, the conscious presence. If you got permission to go in closer, you do. And imagine your consciousness moving in closer to it, and almost as if you could touch it. And even there you go. If I could touch it, does it feel smooth? Does it feel bumpy? Hard? Sharp? Thank you. You can even name that and say thank you. That full acceptance. Presence. How does it feel? Thank you, body part. Thank you for being present and allowing me to connect with you. I am at peace with this. I am curious and I'm at peace. Beautiful. Be with that. Now ask for another step of permission. May I come in even closer? Now, if your body feels like, really honor that permission or not. If the body feels like it doesn't want you getting in closer, then we ask, may I offer you some energy? Again, if it allows, then you offer this love. Maybe it's a certain color. Trust what you get. Recognize if there's resistance. If there's that stand back resistance energy, we recognize with unconditional acceptance, love, support. Just be present to the experience of the communication. Breathing into that. And you may infuse. Now asking if you can go closer. You noticed if that shape that you had changed. Notice if the color changed. You could even call on your extra helpers. Mother, Father, God, angels, guides, be with me now to offer greater love to this body part. Be with it in acceptance, in love. How does it present? If you feel a softening, be with the energy of gratitude. Now you can even ask, may I bring my consciousness into this body part? May I infuse right into you, body part? If it doesn't allow you, stay where you are, offering this love, calling on extra helpers to offer the love if you like. But if you can go into the body part with your consciousness and just be, I found this so valuable to sit in there and notice with the color and the shape, does it change? Sometimes you may get a totally different feeling. Be inside that. Trust everything you sense, you feel, you notice. Being with it, just, I accept you. I accept you. I'm softening the tension. I'm loosening now. Thank you for this moment of union, body. Thank you for receiving my loving intent. Being so accepting, so available. Then you ask, what is it I need to hear? What do I need to know? And trust what you got. Trust anything you saw, you heard, you just knew. I like to write that down often. Make sure you connect with that and say, thank you again. I got it. Even if you didn't feel anything, you're sitting there with that intention of sending full acceptance, non-judgment, love, and a releasing of old resistance. Now, I encourage you to take that space and envision that consciousness being pure light, and with your breath, filling the area. Fill that whole area with light. May I offer you this light, this presence of love, and fill that area. Ooh, there we go. Feel that. Deep breath, expand that light. Beautiful body of form, I'm offering you greater love and light. Feel that healing energy from any helpers, from the consciousness of you being there with full acceptance, love, and expanding that light. You can expand that light beyond your body of form into your aura. Ooh, there we go. I'm feeling some throats. See that light that you are going into that aura around you. Feeling it with that healing connection. You are in the center of that healing. And we may add a little forgiveness. Thank you. I unconditionally forgive myself for carrying this pain all this time. I know I'm doing the best I know how with my consciousness at the time. I unconditionally forgive my body for carrying this resistance, this restriction, this pain, this hurt, all this time. Feel that? I know we are doing the best we know how with our consciousness at the time. I forgive God and the universe for creating a world where one could suffer in the way I've suffered. Deep breath. All the places in my mind, body, and life that got something from this pain, from this symptom, are healing now. And then if you affirm, I am a divine being having a human experience, I trust my guidance. Ooh, bring that down. I feel that. Bring that down into that lower root chakra. Bring it out through your whole body. I am a divine being having a human experience. I trust my guidance. I feel restored. I claim vitality. Breathe that into that, whatever area. Notice, even if parts of the body have resistance, there might be another part. Then we go, oh, I notice you. Thank you. May you feel this acceptance and love also. You can spend some time there too. You can, and ask, what's the message in that other area? Because even if we have a symptom in one area, there's often a second chakra or that's tied to that. And so, sometime when I'm working on my solar plexus area, I'll feel the throat, the truth chakra. So our trust and our truth often come together. And then it's like, okay, as I'm balancing and bringing greater presence and healing and consciousness to my trust center, my truth might need to unwind an old unconscious belief or conscious belief. Life script. I'm not good enough. I did something wrong. Those are vital. We find those, we go, oh, there's where you're operating again. Ah, thank you for getting my attention. I have an opportunity to bring greater love, presence. Thank you, Jean, Gary in the chat for bringing that forward. I feel your presence. Thank you. Yes, to another area. If we have patterns of, well, let's close this out first. Bringing that all through your energy field, that forgiveness. I am restored. I claim vitality. I claim presence. And then come back to. Some of these, areas may need something like this more frequent. When I have symptoms, I will do this possibly like every day, maybe a couple times a day. Go in, be with it, love it, accept it, get the message, and then do some forgiveness work. Notice what's operating. Sometime, yes, we can be healing for more than ourselves. That's a good check-in too. Is this mine? Am I holding extra energy, extra something, a burden that's not mine? Then we have other tools we can use. If you know the divine container to clear, just commanding who you are, send that back to source where it came from. I no longer need to carry this. I no longer need to carry this. There you are. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Feel that? I feel some energy moving. I sense some of you are doing this. And I feel more flow. If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat here before we close out, and I'll just place some higher tones and notes, and may you pull those into your cells too. The more that we bring in higher vibrations, frequencies, consciousness, things can leave. We often don't need a big, long healing protocol. Sometimes things just can unwind and go. How attached are you to things? How attached to things being a certain way? That's that ego sometimes wanting to have control and liking things as, well, this is a pattern I've known for so long. What would my life be like if this is gone? Might I have to step out and be more visible and be seen? Do I feel safe to be seen and heard? I'm just giving examples because those are some of the things I've had to look at on my journey. So I encourage you, if you have anything that is a little sticky, as a medical, intuitive, holistic healer, transformational coach, I do help people. You can find me through the links here under YouTube and Facebook. I have a website, is my name, and that's there. Email. I love hearing from any of you and supporting others on their journey of becoming healthier and more vibrant for the highest good of all. And so I am so grateful that you are here during this time. We could chat about this because truthfully, we could spend days talking about this area of symptoms in the body and, relate it more to each chakra. So that's where sometimes a question around a specific area can give you more specific answers. However, this protocol of what we just did will give you greater connection, sacred union with the body, opportunities to raise your consciousness, listen to what helps you maintain those higher vibes then. We heal, perhaps we unwound one symptom And you have a sense, your intuition is saying, oh, I shouldn't be eating this really heavy, blah, blah, blah food anymore. Yet the ego kind of doesn't want to let that go. That could happen. So notice that, because I know I've witnessed it myself and my clients in my healing journey. All of a sudden, it stopped wanting certain foods of certain quality vibration. Just naturally, I evolved into a more vegan lifestyle. My body guided, my soul guided me on the journey of consciousness. And it just easily falls away. I've had clients just drop cigarettes, other not so healthy practices by focusing on this inner connection, nurturing presence, self-love, and forgiveness. So thank you for being here. And may you feel these beautiful crystalline tones. Take those in to your cells, your being. Great gratitude. Thank you for joining me on this Light Laughter Lattes. Next week, you'll have Jerry Habstreet back. Thank you much. Namaste.